in the streaming world of what he believes to be of quality. But there is, unseen by most, an episodic horror-based TV show. A show that still holds up. A show called Tales from the Darkside.
She denied ever hearing the shots or even knowing where her husband was at the time. When the police told her that her husband was downstairs lying in a pool of blood, she just smiled and said, "He's dead, I hope."
Welcome back to Talks from the Darkside, the podcast where we talk about Tales from the Darkside, the 80s horror anthology television show created by Richard Rubenstein and George Romero. I'm Joe Lascola.
I'm Sean O'Rourke.
And I'm Chris Barr.
Today we're talking about Florence Bravo, directed by John Lewis and written by Edith Swenson, with an original air date of October 19th, 1986.
So another episode that John Woo definitely did not see. Oh, not John Woo. I fucked that up.
No, keep going. John Woo.
The guy who did The Conjuring was what I was talking about, not the guy who did Face Off.
Maybe John Woo did see this.
James Wan?
James Wan.
John
Jesus
Woo.
Christ. Totally wrong guy. But yeah, The Conjuring. This Conjuring's ripping
Got
this
the
movie
initials
off.
right.
Yeah. Well, Asian guy. That's where, yeah, obviously, Sean, you racist fuck. James
And here we are,
Wong.
episode 4.
What are you saying? They all look the same?
No, I wasn't. But yeah, this is some Conjuring ass shit with a ghost that looks exactly like the ghost from The Conjuring.
And James Hong's here as a friendly laundromat.
The vineyard.
Apparently, yeah. He was in the background.
Shouting. His fucking list is up there in the background.
Yeah, exactly. They're all hanging out on set.
Mr. Rope. I don't really have too much behind the scenes on this. Do you guys have anything?
The only one thing that sticks out as far as like credits go is one of the writers, Edith Swenson.
Yeah.
Swanson.
Slappy. Samsonite.
Samsonite.
God.
She's done like a few episodes
Yes.
for this. She's done, I think it was 10 Tales episodes and 6 for Monsters, which is always fun seeing names pop up that we've seen before.
A lot. And they're usually female driven, which is nice to see. Yeah.
I got nothing. I thought the main guy was the guy from fucking Munchie. It wasn't. That was my only trivia.
Andrew Stevenson.
Yeah, it's not him.
But the actress though, Lori Cardille, she was in Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
Which I love her in that, and I think she's great in this.
She's really good in this, and she's great in that as well. Yeah, for sure. We got a lot of Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead alumni.
Oh, yeah. Again, it's the
that
Pittsburgh
run
crowd
through.
that Romero knows.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna say it's almost like they know George.
exactly. Yeah.
Said that weird.
George.
Jesus. It's like we didn't film a bunch of these in a row, guys.
So yeah, before we get too deep into this, do you want to read the Fangoria synopsis for us?
Yeah, let's do it. So yeah, these are always fun, and let's see if this is a spoiler also, because
I'm anticipating
I have
it.
a theory that it is.
they always do. So the Fangoria episode guide says Emily moves into an old house in which radical feminist Florence Bravo had murdered her philandering spouse. History repeats itself as Bravo's ghost drives Emily to hack up her husband.
I mean, that's everything.
But
I don't remember any axe involvement
No.
in
But
this.
it's also not
Chopping.
exactly the same.
no.
I went
Went full Bay Harbor Butcher on her.
full Lizzie Borden on that
Yeah, right.
shit. Is Florence Bravo an actual historical person?
I
I
didn't
don't think so.
Or
bother.
is it just like, oh, cause,
Yeah, it's their Lizzie Borden, I think.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But it's like a feminist specifically thing.
Yeah, which they do mention in passing in the episode, but it's not like her thing.
I was going to say, they should have
No.
mentioned the axe thing a little more if that's what they were going for, because if they said it, it went right out my fucking mind.
It's really not so much a feminist thing.
No.
It's just
No, not really.
It's a lover
again,
scorn.
This is
what it is.
It's a weird synopsis.
Yeah.
In fact, it's actually just the ghost is still upset, like most ghosts are after they get turned into ghosts, and just is influencing this woman for the whole episode.
Yeah, there's no hacking. It's just, at this point, it's like the Fangoria episode guide is like just this, it's a running gag now. And it's like, but the more these I read, I'm like,
the less you know.
do we need these?
Yeah.
It's for the novelty of having
Yeah.
a Fangoria issue here. And yeah,
I think it's topical, and I love talking about them too, because
it's
we get
fun.
some good content out
They're
of them.
weird sometimes, including this one. But yeah.
We'll get to why I like this episode, and it's kind of weird the path that we get there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this couple, Emily and David, move into this house.
In Bucks County. They're local.
Oh
there
yeah,
you
Bucks
go.
County mentioned.
I mean, they're spending some fucking bread on this house. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what. It's like a historical house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they did get it cheap, and we'll find out why. Kind of right out of the gate, it's inferred that Emily has had a breakdown in the past. She's taken medication. She's seeing a therapist? ? Or she's had some type of mental breakdown within the past couple years.
Yeah, she's had an episode.
Yeah.
I mean, her husband says throughout the episode like 4 or 5 times, did you take your pills? Are you taking those pills, honey?
The antidepressants or whatever they are, anxiety or what have you.
Lithium.
So essentially, I guess we'll get it out of the way right now. Her husband had cheated on her before, and that's what also kind of led to her break. But now they've made amends, and they're kind of back on track with their relationship. And he's been very supportive of her and trying to get her to not kind of relapse, I guess.
And that's like more or less like the running theme
Yeah.
like through this episode, because it's like when they're looking at the house, the realtor tells the story about the people that used to live there.
Yeah.
Florence Bravo shot her cheating husband, hid the gun, so there was no, she wasn't prosecuted or anything.
We don't know where it was.
Don't know where it was.
Again, they focus on the gun. Did I just mix the axe part? I don't know. That's kind of important based on the Fangoria description. I don't know.
I wish there was an axe.
Also, when you find out where that gun was, how did nobody ever find this fucking
I mean,
thing?
it was in the same spot that Gideon Hackles hid his fucking IOUs, man.
Oh, yeah, right in plain sight. Anybody could see it. Anyone could find it, right?
I never cheat. It's in a plain, obvious spot.
Yeah, that literally no one would ever fucking look, but okay.
So David's trying to get her to, she's working on the house, she's cleaning it up, but he's also trying to get her out of the house. He's trying to get her to get a job in like an art field that she's a part of and used to do, and like, get her out doing activities with people instead of sitting in the house all day. And she's like, well, what are you talking about? Like, I'm trying to restore this house, make this a beautiful home for us. He's like, yeah, but you also need to get out of it too as well, because you can't be sitting in the stew.
Yeah, she's already starting to like lose it a little bit. Cabin fever.
Cabin
and,
fever, yeah, for sure.
And one thing too that's important to note here is like right before this scene, the rocking chair.
Yeah.
It's like when they're looking at the house before they're like settled in.
Yeah.
They hear about Florence Bravo and she killed her husband. Yeah. The chair in the living room just starts like moving.
Yeah.
That's a nice little touch. It's like, that's creepy. We start to get that going.
Is it a ghost? Is it your mental breakdown?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Both?
Yeah, I mean, the audience is there more so.
Yeah.
So like, oh, there's some ghost shit about to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we know it's not a ghost is the visible boom pole on the wall right here.
Woo!
Yeah. Which is, I always love seeing those. It's like, oh, there's, you fucked up.
Makes it feel good.
Yeah.
Not too many in Tales, but they're there if you look.
This is the first instance, too, where she has, like, her suspicions that maybe David is cheating on her again, right? Somebody calls the house, and there's a woman asking for David, and she's like, well, no, he's not in right now, but I could take a message. And she's like, no, I'm good.
I'll just call back.
I'll just call back. And so she hangs up. And she's like, oh, she didn't want to talk to me. Like, who's this? Who's this woman
And
calling
she's
my
already
husband?
there. She goes spiraling.
Yeah.
And like,
God. And
Yeah.
again, it's a TV show, so we need to hear what the person on the other line says. They don't just hang up the cheating person. It's like, oh, well, we have a plot we need to tell here.
Yeah. She also hears this voice. So she hangs up, and then she starts to hear this voice, this disembodied voice at first. And
I love this. This is great.
It's great. And it's like, oh, your husband's making a fool of you. He's cheating on you. And
She's
she's
like,
like, huh? And she like shakes it off, And you're like, oh, is it the ghost? Or did she not take her pill?
Yeah. Is it in her head or is that actual in the room?
Exactly.
You must stop him.
Yeah.
He's making a fool of you.
You're a fool. He's making a fool of you.
Well, then she like confronts him on it. She's like, who's this woman just calling and then like not talking to me? He's like, well, that's my research assistant. She really just didn't want to explain it all to you because I know what she's talking about and you don't. And she's like, it's got to be more to it.
Yeah.
Can't just be that.
There's even more to that because, like, he's teaching at this college or the school or whatever, and he comes home and she's like, how was your day? Any pretty co-eds in your class? And he's like, why are you saying that to me?
Did she research your assistant?
Right, because it's a
like,
co-ed
that's
is the
fucked up.
assistant. Right.
Yeah, it's like, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
I thought we were past this thing,
Well, you really never do get past it, I feel like, especially in TV shows.
No, you don't, but you learn
With a
to deal
21-minute
with it.
runtime.
Yeah.
We gotta cut to the chase here. Yeah.
She's like,
he cheated. There you go.
Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, Julian called today, by the way.
Your whore call.
Your whore call.
Yeah. He's like,
Jake from State Farm.
She's no whore. She's my assistant.
He's like, that's great. That's awesome. She's my research assistant. She's like, yeah, she wouldn't speak to me. And he's like, what's your fucking problem?
And then I guess he's like, well, maybe she just needs a job, like Joe was saying earlier. Maybe I'll get her one. I have connections.
I don't want you getting calls from other women. And he's like, she's doing research for me.
So that he like literally sets up a job interview for his wife, which she doesn't like that, which I could kind of respect. Like, you want to get your own nut, let's say.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, you're just doing it for me. You're just doing everything for me. It's just like before. And he's like, well, I like Joe said, I'm trying to get you out of the house, maybe make some money. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah. It's also this thing where like they get into an argument and he's like, I can't believe you're accusing me of all this. And she's like, you're acting like I'm the one who cheated on you.
She's like, I'm not the one that cheated on you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
he lost all standing ground. He's like, all right, well, I'm fucked in this argument.
Can't win this one.
Yeah. No, you're not winning. And he also walks over the boards that we saw that are
Yes.
clearly replaced on the floor.
It's like one of those like video game bombable wall like patterns. It's like, oh, there's something behind here.
It's glittering.
Watching Scooby-Doo, you could see where the animation's going to come in.
Yes.
It's a different color.
Yeah. It's lighter than the background.
Yeah. They comment on it when they're showing the house, and that's when she tells the realtor tells the story about this is where so-and-so died.
Oh, by the way.
So they know on some level what it is, but they don't actually know.
So he has like a fainting spell, like when he walks over, he gets like all fucked up and he's like, whoa, what's going on? And she's like, are you okay?
That's where the portal to hell is actually under there.
Yeah, the seventh seal. He's like, I don't know what came over me. He's like, let's just forget the past and have faith in me. So
and the voice comes back.
And the voice comes back.
You're a fool if you believe him.
You're a fool to believe him.
Right. And she's like, oh, the voice.
Just
all men
losing
cheat.
it. I love it.
They think it's their right. She's like, you're not real. And then she finally sees Florence Bravo in the fucking rocking chair. And she's like, you're not real.
It's great.
It's really good. He loves me. You're wrong.
Yeah, and she's all like, the effect they have here is fun. It's all like, she's like blue.
Yeah. It's really cool. I like
very
it.
ghastly and very spooky.
Yeah.
I also like how you don't see her face at first, just the back of the head, which again, they literally did in Conjuring. That's why I made the reference earlier.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. Granny Gross is in the chair.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, in that, it's a little bit more of an intense scene. This is kind of calm, but yeah, you just get the back of the head for a lot of this. You see what she really looks like later, but it makes it a little creepier.
So to add insult to injury, they're in bed and he's like doing a fucking crossword or something, and she's like trying to get sexy with him. Yeah. And he's like, I'm good. And she's like, oh, you always wanted to have sex with me all the time before. And she's like, I'm getting old. And he's like, hey, why don't you remind me? And she gets fucking pissed. And she's like, don't touch me. You're cheating on me.
Well, they also, because they say earlier that they've been together for 11 years, and they have some kind of jokes about that earlier in the episode. But yeah, she just thinks, well, he's worn out because he's fucking his co-ed. He doesn't want me.
There's that. And like, she's like, I just want to know that you'll always be there for me. And he's like, of course I will,
Mine's elsewhere at the worst possible time.
Right. And this is where we get her lore, where she's like, when I had my breakdown, you had me checked into a fucking hospital. And you left me there, and I was around all these crazy people.
She's like, it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but you fucking left me there.
Well, all these people, like, what did she say? She's like, everybody like lost in the prison of their minds.
Lost in the prison of their minds, super lonely. Yep. That made her more kind of crazy and like kind of spiral more because she's in this fucking place she can't get out of with all these other people that actually have like real problems.
Right, like the shufflers, as they're referred to as, the people that are just zoned out because they're on too many drugs. They're basically zombies.
Yeah, there's no nervous breakdown wing, right? They're all together,
right?
They're really selling this like, her mental state like here with like what she's been through, and I think this is a really effective way of really kind of like writing out the character and like what she's been through and stuff, which
absolutely.
is I think it's great.
I think it also puts that nugget in the audience's head that, like the husband put her in there? Oh, that's fucked up. Like just to kind of give you more on her side kind of thing.
Well,
this is fucked up.
Well, and it's that thing of like not wanting to deal with it. And that's how they fucking did it in the 80s. It was kind of like medieval in terms of like how you dealt with somebody with mental issues, and
just throw them in a room.
Throw them in a fucking room. Oh, they got to go. They're mentally incapacitated because they're having a fucking breakdown. You know what I mean?
Give him a lobotomy.
Yeah, or there wasn't like therapists in the same way. There was like psychologists.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It was different.
Which is two different things, She goes to sleep and has a dream that David's fucking this chick on the rocking chair.
Right, POV basically from her. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I just walked in on this. Wakes up in the cold sweat.
Yeah. So David wakes up and he's like, oh my God. He's like, oh, let me get you a pill. So he goes to get her a pill, and she like trips out and sees him with like a fucking hole in his head. And he's like, here, take the pill. And he's like fucking
Yeah,
bleeding all over
bullet
the place.
wound right in his face.
Dude,
my
it's
God.
great.
Yeah.
And she like shakes it off and, you know, it's really good.
Yeah, and this is where he flips out. And it's like, he's like, oh, you're starting to act like you were before.
Yeah.
He's like, you're kind of going back to like what you did, you know, like when you had your breakdown, and he's starting to lose his patience.
Yeah, he's starting to lose his patience and he's trying to be there for her, but like, you know, she also has to work on it too. And I can see how it's frustrating when you felt like you've made progress and now we're going back.
And she's jumping to those conclusions again, like we've already said a few times, whether that's due to her not taking her meds or maybe taking them, or this ghost situation.
But to be fair, this guy has been insubordinate to her and like
shitty husband.
not insubordinate, but like, you know, unfaithful to her.
Yeah.
And like, you know, it's super hard to trust that person again and not be
yeah.
suspicious, you know?
Especially when he's never home and she's getting those calls that she doesn't really
Yeah.
understand. Yeah.
Strange women, yeah, all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, everything is sus, you know.
You buy into it.
Yeah. He's so the next morning he's like, I found a job for you. Isn't that great? Everything's good. He's like, aren't you excited? He's like, you want me to be like you? You want me to go out and make some close friends? Like kind of digging into him, like, oh, you know, you had these women calling and you're like meeting this one over there.
Yeah, I guess that's here. I thought that was a little earlier with the job interview he sets up for her. And then she's like, all right, well, I guess I'm going to do it. And the whole time she's like getting changed for the interview, like the ghost is really needling her hardcore now.
And even before the interview, the woman, Julia, comes to the house.
Oh, with like the box of like clipping, like newspaper clippings.
She has the
co-ed,
box
yeah.
of all the fucking lore of the house. And like in the
Imagine
house.
if every house had
Dude.
a box of lore.
Yeah, that's
Like,
so crazy.
That'd be great. It's
I
like, oh,
watch a
this so
lot
many
of-
people were killed in your house.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of ghost shows back in the day. I was hooked on them about 10 or 15 years ago. You'd be surprised how many times people find a box of shit.
And David's like, oh my God, you found all the stuff. She's like, yep, here's the whole box of Florence Bravo when she killed her husband. Look, here's the map where the body was, and here's the newspaper clippings, and they never found the gun though.
And like one like thing Emily says here is like, you know, they're looking through the clippings. And it's like, oh look, Florence Bravo shot her cheating husband.
Yeah.
And she immediately goes, he must have hurt her really badly.
Right.
It's
She's
like,
like-
all right.
She's like, yeah, she did.
Yeah.
So they're looking at this damn piece of paper, and it's like a map where like the guy died, and they're like, look at those floorboards right there. That's where he died. And that was the place where like he had like a fainting spell.
Yeah, the
before.
guy just like passed out.
Yeah.
Again, the only spot on the floor that's a totally different color
Yeah.
fucking wood.
So they're there, and they're like, yeah, it sure is. And they're like talking, and they're like having fun, and Emily's in the background, and you just hear those voices, and it's like, Emily, when they're alone, he makes love to her.
So she's flipping out, sees blood on the floor, like has a
Man.
vision.
Yeah, sees the blood drop on the floor, like picks it up and shit. She's like, I won't allow that filth in this house. So David goes out for the day, and then this is where she's about to go on. She's supposed to go on her job interview thing, but she ends up like getting ready and just like laying in bed all day
Well, she wants to test to see what happens.
and see what happens.
Is
yeah.
this voice bullshitting me? Is my husband really cheating on me or not?
Well, is my husband going out and behind my back, or waiting for me to leave and trying to get me out of the house so he can bring some, horde back to the house?
Well, that's kind of also her whole argument about him getting her a job and everything. You just want me out of here.
So she's sitting there, and this is when Florence Bravo appears to her in the chair again. This time she's looking at her,
Yeah, you see her face finally.
and she's like, "Hi, I'm Florence Bravo,
TM.
TM." And
Shelley Duvall.
hi, I'm Shelley Duvall.
Imagine.
She's like,
Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall.
my husband was a bastard, and he cheated on me. All men are pigs, and I fucking hate them all. Your husband's a pig, and he's cheating on you.
Well, that's where the feminism angle comes in.
Let me show you something. She's like, I killed my husband, shot him 3 times.
Imagine if you had a gun.
Yeah.
I shot him in the hand, and then he fell down the stairs, and then I shot him in the fucking head.
Yeah, the play-by-play of how she killed him and
Yeah.
like what the scenario was like and
How it
everything.
all went down. And she like goes up into the fireplace and gets the gun, and she's loading it as she's like telling her the story.
It's what it was like in like a brick that
yeah,
she took out.
Yeah.
Right
It was
next to the IOUs.
right next to
Yeah.
the panic room key.
Right, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So she puts the gun on the bed, and she's like, and now you're gonna have to kill your husband, Emily. It'll be great.
Right. A perfect condition, of course. And you know what? I actually kind of love this kind of shit in supernatural stories. It's like, all right, now you're talking. Now you're speaking my language
Yeah.
episode.
I was justified in killing my husband because he took my life away, and now David's taking your life away. So it justifies killing him.
Yeah, and she kind of does, like, we've been talking about Dexter a lot recently, but she does the Dexter thing. She's got to make sure he fits the code.
Oh,
So she's watching, like, from above.
Yeah, it's like he says a few things here, and it's like I think this is an interesting way of like wrapping up this episode because it's like
and to put her over the edge.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
it's like you think, or she also thinks, Emily thinks she's gonna like catch her husband in the act, and it's like he's saying, "Oh, she can't find out.
Right,
Oh,
right.
there's no, I can't tell her."
And Julia's like, oh, David, does she know? And he's like, no, I didn't tell her yet. I don't have the guts
Yeah.
to tell her or something like
Where
that.
it's like very much implied. Emily takes that as like their affair, that she's, you know,
Yeah.
he's like they're actually like seeing like, you know, hooking up behind her back and everything.
You need to see them fucking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I need to see that first.
Or like hang out for 2 more fucking
more
seconds.
seconds.
But this is like a trope as old as time. Someone
Yeah.
walks away before they hear the truth.
And he's talking about selling the house.
And he's like, I
for
really-
her mental health and like
Yeah.
for her sake.
He's like, this was a really bad buy. It has too much history. It's gonna like run away with her imagination and all this stuff, which it does.
Mm-hmm.
And
Even Julia's like, yeah, you really financially can't come back from this. He's like, I got to do it. My wife's going crazy.
he's like, it's not about the money. I can make more money. I just want to make sure she's okay.
Mind you, she's grabbing the pistol as you speak.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want to get her out of here and move next to people where she can like we can have friends and she can do activities and like go do things.
Yeah. So it turns out he's not actually cheating on her.
No.
It's just been implied because of her their past.
Yep.
She
Kind of a
couldn't let
great
it go.
twist.
And I think this
the ghost
is great
filling your head.
because you think it's going to be plain and simple. Like,
Yeah.
oh, she's cheating or he's cheating and just you got to kill him.
Yeah.
But it's like I think it's done in a way that's like this is well weaved and like the story's like I like it here. This is
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
great.
It's written
100%.
really well.
and right here it's like you know where it's headed. The gun, you know where the ending is. You know where it's going.
Yeah.
But there's also like this reminded me of a Tales from Crypt episode
I was just gonna bring
Yeah.
that up.
where the guys, it's like, you know, the genders are reversed and like the roles are, you know, reversed, but you have
It's
a
like
guy,
his birthday. It's fucking
it's his
great.
birthday. Yeah. The one where it's like him and his wife go away and his friend comes along. Him and his wife and friend are a little too chummy, a little too
Yeah.
close, where he starts like, oh, she's that horse cheating on me.
So he like ends up like killing his best friend
Yeah.
and his wife, but like drags her to like this part in this where they're staying, and it turns out it's like a surprise party and baby
Because-
reveal.
Yep, because she was
Oh,
she
no.
was pregnant and his friend was helping them
Plan it.
surprise
Plan
the
this
husband.
party.
Yep.
It's fucking brutal.
And
That's
he
even more
opens the
brutal.
door with his wife's body. The lights come on to like 30 people in a room. Surprise, Richard!
Yeah.
That's
While
the
he's holding
ultimate
his dead
stinger.
pregnant wife.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's a fucking
Wow.
It's
good episode.
great.
Yeah.
Well, Tales from
Yep.
the Crypt could go that far. They
Yeah.
had the
Yep.
budget. They were on HBO.
But it's what I'm saying is like it has a similar thread where it's like
100%.
someone thinks their partner's cheating, but they're actually not.
Yeah.
It's a clever way to get to a twist
It
where it's like,
is.
oh, actually, no. you
Tricks
shouldn't
the
have done
audience,
that.
too.
Yeah.
I didn't see
I-
it
it's
coming.
great, yeah.
But then now that dread is starting to creep up, you're like, oh fuck, oh no.
There's no tricks here because she fucking shoots this guy in his gut, and he's like, "Wait a minute!"
The
And he's
same way Florence shot her husband. Yeah.
same exact. And
Classic ghost
He like
shit.
falls down the stairs, and she like shoots him again, and he like crawls over to the fucking
Conveniently
board
crawls
patch.
over. Yeah. Hold on a second. It's like one of those things in like what Top Secret? I think that's a gag in that.
Oh, yeah,
Or
yeah, yeah,
Naked
yeah.
Gun, one of those
Yeah.
things where there's like a chalk outline.
Yeah, yeah.
And the guy like shimmies over. Yeah.
So she goes and she's got the gun pointed at his head. And he's like, "Please don't do it." And Florence Bravo shows up. She's like, "Go ahead, do it." And she does. She puts one right in between his fucking eyes.
It is off camera, so I had to rewind it at least once or twice because I wasn't sure I was getting it. Because the next scene is they're just in the rocking chairs,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
her and Florence Bravo, like talking, chit chatting. I'm like, did someone shoot her and kill her off camera? And she's a ghost now.
Yeah.
Is she just chummy with the ghost?
Hey, she finally made a friend.
Yeah.
Apparently, she chopped the fucking body up off camera. We didn't see or hear that.
She
but
jumped on the sleeping car, and now she's with she's in the rocking chair.
Yeah.
I'd love to explain that one to the police when they walk in and she's sitting there rocking out of her fucking
Oh, dude, she's
mind.
covered in blood, like rocking all crazy. Yeah.
Did she hide the gun in the same spot? She took the brick out of the wall.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Somebody broke in and shot my husband. I don't know.
Now the next people to move in, there's gonna be 2 ghosts.
Oh,
Two
God.
rocking chair ghosts. But like, is the other one gonna be like, maybe my husband was cheating on me, but I don't really know.
The Legacy sequel, there's like 10 ghosts now, and it's like, all right, guys.
So that's pretty much how it wraps up, and I think it's really good. It's a downer ending, which I always like with these.
Yeah, I always
so,
appreciate those.
yeah. So what do we think about this one?
That's a pretty good episode. I think the twist really elevates this one quite a bit, honestly, because you're watching it, like we're kind of saying, you think you know where it's going, but it doesn't, which is always a pleasant surprise in any show, but especially one of these Tales episodes, because sometimes they get a little too obvious, so I like the twist a lot. And yeah, hubby gets shot and killed, and again, I kind of already said it, but that kind of stuff in ghost stories is something you see a lot, the repetition of past events. So I appreciate that quite a bit. And it's a simple story. Like the ghost stuff sometimes on the show doesn't work. In this instance, it absolutely did. So very happy to say I like this one, because so far I haven't really liked too much of this third season. I mean, I've talked about it already, but this was a cherry on top of a cake, let's say. It was a good one.
There you go.
Yeah, I like this one. I think it's well crafted, well written, and again, I like Lori Cardille. I think she's great. Like you can see her descend into madness here.
She really sells it.
Yeah.
She's great.
And I always appreciate a vengeful spirit. Those are always great. But yeah, like Sean said, it's like the ending and like the twist is like that elevates the episode here. So I like this one. That's great.
Yeah, I really like this one too, man. I think it's like a 3.5 out of 5.
Yep. Yeah, that's accurate. Yeah.
I think that's pretty
It's not
good.
like over the top. Oh, this is great, must see. It's like it's fun.
It's a solid ghost story that deals with like mental illness and also the haunting thing and suspicion and how like the anxiety that can get the better of you.
Yeah.
There's a little more like there's a few more layers to this than we usually get in these episodes.
Which is layered properly. That's
sure, exactly. So it's like for those reasons I appreciate it.
Yeah, especially in that short amount of time. I think they nail all the beats that need to happen and giving you the proper backstory, but also letting you sympathize with the character, but then also letting you go on that descent into madness with the character, you know? And there's a good mystery element to it because you're really not sure if David is cheating on her again or not. Yeah. It's like once a cheat, always a cheat kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah,
you know?
And for like having that 21, 22 minute runtime, it's like you got to get right to the point.
Oh yeah.
But also not rush anything. So it's like it's a very delicate balance here, but I think this pulls it off.
It simmers almost perfectly, you know. And I think maybe that's a benefit of maybe like writing the script and kind of even like running through it in a real way where you can be like, does this make sense? Can we fit it in this amount of time? What can we change to kind of streamline this but still hit the story home? And I feel like maybe some of these stories didn't get, or screenplays didn't get a second draft, or you know what I mean? Yeah. And that could be why
somebody wrote it on lunch break and
it's one of those fuck, we need this, let's get it out kind of things, you know. But this one's pleasantly surprising, and especially after the previous episode.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I like this one. I think it's a solid ass ghost story.
And it doesn't have like a ton of makeup in this episode, but where it comes in, it's really good. Like the gunshot in the head, like when she's seeing it, and even like you guys were talking about, like the ghost effects. It's simple, but it works really well.
Yeah. Again, more blood too, like an honest to goodness gunshot in the head.
Right.
You know,
they couldn't even fucking show that in One Piece.
I mean, no way. That's way too, you don't have the budget for that.
No. Oh, they drew that. They had way more.
They saved that for Creepshow.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Bullseye.
So yeah, that's Florence Bravo. Let us know what you think about this episode in the comments. But until next time, I'm Joel Escola.
I'm Sean O'Rourke.
And I'm Chris Parr.
Tales from the Dark Side is always there, waiting for us to watch it, waiting for us to hit play. Until next time, try to find it on DVD and watch along with us.